and welcome to Six Figure Signature Offers, the podcast for women in business who want to create brands that become the hot tamale of their industry and sold out scalable offers that bring home the bacon without burning them out. I'm your host, online business strategist Robin Birkin. I've gone from managing 8-figure marketing budgets and big teams to creating 2 multi-6-figure businesses in part-time hours by design. If you're ready to attract Cloud9 clients in droves, sell out your scalable offers, and not bring your laptop to the beach, then welcome, let's go. Today's episode is a quickie but a goodie, and this is all about whether the content that you are putting out on social media, in your emails, on your sales pages is inadvertently attracting clients who are energy vampires. And we all know clients like that. They are the type of clients who are constantly stretching the boundaries. They are constantly, even though maybe they've been told that they need to post in the group, they are constantly still messaging you privately all of the time, or constantly asking you for things that are outside the scope of what it is that you're doing in your program, constantly like almost wanting to stretch out every ounce of value that they can have and really trying to, almost get every drop of your energy that they can in order to get their money's worth, right? And so we all know what those clients are like. And sometimes those clients are coming to you with almost that energy of desperation, like you are their last chance. You need to fix the problems that they have, or their entire life is going to crumble and you need to do it on a timeline. And if you don't, then their whole life's going to crumble. Like you are their last ditch effort for success. And that's, across all different types of niches, whether you're in the business niche, whether you are someone who helps people lose weight, whether you are someone who helps them with puppy training, whatever it is, you know the exact type of clients that I'm speaking about. And a massive shift that I had like a couple of years ago was that instantly I was like, hang on a second. The reason why I have energy vampires inside my programs is because that is who I am inadvertently attracting in my social media, and especially my Instagram, but also even extending to things like my sales pages. Now, what I'm speaking about today is a teeny tiny piece of the flavor of what is inside Traction. If you don't know what Traction is my Instagram program. It is so bingeable and grab and go. So Traction is a private podcast. I think there's 8 episodes all up, but you can get through the entire podcast in just over an hour. It is so chock full of aha moments like this though, really actionable and implementable aha moments, tactics, how-tos and strategies on what it looks like to create an Instagram account that not only grows, but also gets more clients. So if you feel like what you're putting out right now is crickets, either you're not even getting likes or views on your Instagram, or you're like, no, I'm going viral. I'm getting followers, but I'm actually not getting buyers. Either of those 2 scenarios, you may want to consider jumping into Traction. It also comes with about 10 PDF grab and go guides with, again, examples, how-tos on everything from creating video and B-roll, creating trial reels on Instagram, how to create really great and converting captions, and all about the framework that we have, which is the 4A framework. So this is what I want to speak to you about today though, is are you attracting the freebie seekers and the energy vampires inside your programs? And there's a really great way to check this for yourself. Take a look at your content right now. Take a look at like the last 9 to 20 posts that you have put out and have a look at the language. When you have an online business, if you wish to have products that sell well, you need to be solving a problem that someone has that they are desperate to solve and pay a premium in order to do so. So there are lots of people out there with online courses, coaching programs, whatever. You have really fluffy language. It's not super clear exactly what problem you solve, and therefore people who have that problem aren't really magnetized to that because you're not speaking inside their minds about exactly what problem you solve. But also sometimes you're solving problems that people just want to solve for free or aren't really that emotionally invested in, that they're not like, this is keeping me up at night. Like, every day that I don't solve this problem is another day that I really need to get on top of this, and are not willing to pay a premium to solve. So there are all sorts of spectrum of types of problems out there. But first of all, you need to understand that successful business, you need to be solving a problem for one type of person at one particular point in time that they are desperate to solve, that they are willing to pay a premium to solve. So temperature check that. So understanding that there is a problem, right? We're not going to have a great and successful business by being like, life is roses, now let's make it more roses. That may be a little bit of a strategy that might work if you're ascending people, to say like, you've achieved X, now it's unearthed like this new desire or problem that you have, then we'll do that. But by and large, if you have a signature program, it needs to be an urgent and desperate problem someone is willing to pay a premium to solve. And I say this because you are still solving a problem, but there are different types of people in your audience, and I call these Cloud 9 client archetypes. And I think I've got 4 different archetypes of the clients you do want, and another 4 of the clients you don't really want. So one of those is the freebie seeker. They are just here for all of your free tips. So when you are out there saying like, here's 7 ways to get your grass to become more green, they are the freebie seeker DIYer. That might be getting traction on Instagram because it's helpful advice, but by and large, the people that you're appealing to with that kind of content are the people who are self-motivated and just want to do it on their own, right? So one of those audience members is the freebie seeker, but the energy vampire is possibly the struggler. So this is where you're going to audit your Instagram account. Are you speaking perpetually to the struggler in your content? Is what you're speaking to in your content a lot of like, woe is me, you're struggling, this is so hard, right? Kind of content. Because if that is the content that forms the majority of what you are posting about on Instagram, it's very likely that if you have lots of energy vampires in your program, it's because that's the flavor you've attracted with your Instagram account. You know this is a problem that you need to solve because you have big goals, and every time you don't solve that problem is another month that you are, not where you want to be, that you're wasting time, that you could be doing so much better, that you're leaving money on the table, that you do not have the peace that you know you need in your household. There's a very big distinction between like, you are struggling, you are tired, nothing's working, blah, blah, blah. And if that's what you're speaking to, of course, that is like what we call pain point content. But if that is exclusively the flavor of the language that you are using, it is no wonder that you're attracting energy vampires. So make that tiny shift to have a look at, what is the Cloud 9 client like? What is motivating them? How do they see their problem really differently? And a Cloud 9 client is someone who would join your program, happily pay a premium for it, get in and actually do the work, and then be the type of person that actually gets a result as a requirement. And the way that they view the problem may be really, really different. Even though their circumstances could be almost exactly the same, there's a big difference in mindset, motivation, discipline, all of those things that mean that the second type of client is possibly going to be a much better client. And the way you get that client is by speaking in a really different and elevated and activating way to your audience. So are you perpetually speaking to, you're struggling, everything is hard, nothing is working, oh, blah, blah, blah? Or are you speaking to the person who is like, enough is enough, you want to solve this problem and you are ready, you're motivated because you know that this result is around the corner and totally possible for you? food for thought and a question. And that is just a little bit of exactly what I talk about in Traction. Tiny little tweaks in language, in the way that you present problems, could result in tens or multiple like 5 figures in revenue from your Instagram account. And as you know, around here, we work smarter and not harder. Okay, I hope that is helpful. Have the best day.